Welcome back to Tooltopix. You like tools? We're on topic. Small body ratchets have been the talk for a couple of years now. They've been around for much longer, but they didn't really gain traction until the last couple of years. People have really noticed them. Mainly because all the kits you can find to intermix and intertwine to make small body ratchets out of your favorite 1/4 inch drive ratchet. One in particular is this Icon ratchet. This is the first generation Icon. This is a good little ratchet, no complaints with it whatsoever, and it has a Tekton kit in it. If you have a first generation 1/4 inch drive flex head ratchet from Icon, I'll put a link in somewhere down there in the description, and you can go find the kit that goes in there and convert it up to 3/8 if you want. This is my Matco small body 3/8 drive ratchet that I've had for a little over 20 years, and it is identical in size to my 1/4 inch drive ratchet. It's the same body, just a different model number because it has this kit in there. Both of these have been recently rebuilt, and I like these ratchets. This is my go-to ratchets for a 1/4 inch drive, and for small, if I need to get in tight spots, this is the ratchet that I'm using. It's been that way for a long time. I like these ratchets. The ratchets, the small body ratchets, are getting bigger and bigger. Back in the day, this was a 5.5 inch ratchet, and it is small. If you look at the size comparison between the two, you see how much smaller the body is versus the Icon. It's actually skinnier, and it weighs much less. It's a little bitty old ratchet at 5.5 inches, and the little bitty is just a little ratchet. And that's what they originally was. Now the small bodies are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You might as well get a 3/8 ratchet. And your typical, this is a 8 inch 3/8 ratchet. This is a Matco Silver Eagle, and as you can tell, there's definitely a size difference, but it's not that much. Is it really worth sticking all that into a 7 inch ratchet when you could just buy a regular 8 inch ratchet, just a smaller bodied 8 inch ratchet? This is not a bulky ratchet whatsoever. So by the time you buy this ratchet and the kit to convert it, you could have bought this ratchet. But to some people, it might be their preference to have a 7 inch. You know, it's a flex head, so you're not going to get a flex head 8 inch ratchet in a small body like that. But if that's your preference, make these. But I still prefer the little bitty old ratchet because they get you in some tight spots. If you're doing spark plugs on something and it's a really tight area, this little ratchet right there can really help out. And if you're just trying to run spark plugs in by hand, they can really help out. Well, I found that the Gearwrench makes a 1/4 inch drive ratchet that is about 5 inches, and it is a little bitty. This is an 84 tooth Gearwrench. One thing about the 84 tooth Gearwrench ratchets is they are comparative to a Matco 88 tooth ratchet. The kits will intertwine. They go together beautifully. At least the gear, the anvil and the pawl go in there. The rest of it doesn't work as well, but the anvil and the pawl will swap between the two. So what I'm going to do today is take a Matco 88 tooth gear and pawl and put it in a brand new Gearwrench 84 tooth ratchet. And I have that right here. This has not been opened yet, so we're going to open her now. I wanted to see if it would work because this is a brand new model, where my other one back there is a few years old. And Gearwrench likes to change up the models, and they like to add little upgrades to them, and this is their newest one of the 84 tooth. This one is readily available on Amazon. I will put a link in the description for this ratchet. I had to buy a new one to make sure that what I was about to do is going to work on the newest 84 tooth ratchet. But let's pop this dude apart, and hopefully I don't spring this stuff all over the place and make a big mess. Shouldn't need that ring anymore. The Matco kit comes with a new front cover. There's all the parts. We have the pawl, we have the gear. and that should be all we need. If we do swap out the spring, we can, but we don't have to. This is not necessary. So all you're going to do is pop this little dude out, take this pawl off, take this new pawl, and slide it in here ever so carefully. It's hard to do and give y'all a view with the camera at the same time, but I use a screwdriver to hold that pawl in place. And then I'm going to take this, put it in there. It's a very simple thing to do. Now let's put the cover plate on it. It definitely needs oil added to it as well, which I should have done that. The kit comes with super lube. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that to it. It comes with a little bitty tube of it. It doesn't need a lot, just enough to get it in there and work it around a little bit. And it'll be just fine. It'll go where it needs to go eventually. There's already a little lube in this ratchet and on the gears anyway. But either way, you don't have to do much to it. By the time you put the front cover back on, it will squish that stuff where it needs to go. But either way, we're going to put that on there, and we need to use the new ring, the new snap ring, because the old one is much fatter. You look how fat that is. With that fat, this part right here, with it being so fat, it will hit the anvil and not allow it to turn easily. So I'm going to put that dude in there, and we'll see how she does. If I can get my fat fingers to work. Alright, it doesn't take much, just pop it right in there. Now she's in there. Now we have a 3/8 drive small body ratchet that is 5 inches long. Check that out. And it's 84 tooth. This is a Gearwrench, is really good. What I do like about Gearwrench, which I'm going to take apart another ratchet to show you this because I don't want to take this one back apart, but there's not a ton of back drag in there. And it sounds good. I'll try to get this close to the microphone. It's very smooth ratchets. I love Gearwrench ratchets because they do some stuff in here that most people don't do, and I'm going to show you that on this one. With this ratchet, see, Gearwrench adds an extra spring in there. Your standard ratchet has a spring right here, and we're going to try to sneak that dude out of there. And they also have one underneath here. Underneath the selector, there's another spring. And what that's for is, how back drag happens is too much pressure with the spring up here. With the spring that pokes into the anvil. If there's too much if that spring's too tight, you'll get too much back drag. But if it's too loose, your selector will rock back and forth involuntarily while you're trying to use it. That dude it'll flop. What Gearwrench does is they put a spring on the selector to hold retention, so it holds pressure even without the pawl in there. What that allows is a lighter spring on the pawl to push against the anvil, so you get less back drag. And if you're working in tight areas, you know that less back drag is very important. I'm not going to put this back together right now because that little spring, if y'all watch me do that, you're going to laugh because it takes forever to get that little bitty old spring and that little bitty old hole that's on there. And either way, now we show you how you can have your own little 84 tooth, actually it's not 88 tooth, small body ratchet. And guess what? This ratchet was under $20 with tax and shipping from Amazon. Amazon is free shipping. Now this repair kit, which I'm going to put this up in the screen so you can see the repair kit number. That repair kit was $10 plus shipping. So you're looking at around $30 plus or minus a little shipping to get a very good quality small body ratchet. Go find that somewhere else. If you go to Matco for the ratchet that goes to, which I want to put in this on the video what that ratchet is, because you'll need to know that ratchet number, that model number, if you call Matco and order a kit. You just tell them you need a kit for that number. That is not on their website. That kit is not. But if you call them, you give them the ratchet model number and tell them you want a repair kit for it, and tell them the name, the model of the repair kit, they will send it to you, and you'll get it within a week or so. They're really good about doing that. And also, Gearwrench makes I think this is about a 7-inch ratchet. It is. It's a 7-inch straight ratchet that is identically made to that 5-inch ratchet. This ratchet you can't buy individually. You can only buy it on eBay or buy it used because it came in a kit. But if you have this ratchet, which I'll put the model number somewhere on the screen, if you have this ratchet, you can also put that 88 tooth kit in here and have a small body ratchet in this form. But I just thought that was pretty cool that you can take Matco kits, put it in the Gearwrench ratchets, and have your own little small body ratchets without paying $100. What do you think? Are you going to try it yourself? If so, I'll put model numbers to everything on the screen, and I'll put where it will let me leave a link to it. I will put a link to it. That's including with the Tekton kit for the Icon ratchets. Now with the Gen 2 ratchets for Icon, the faceplate will not work with these kits. You have to get a snap-on faceplate, and you can order that from Snap-on, but it's expensive. Your best bet is to go to a Snap-on truck and buy it from them, or get him to order it. Say they're Snap-on, it's not that the faceplate costs a lot, it's just that their shipping is ridiculously high. It's like $25 to ship a $5 item. So either way, that's what I got to say about that. If you like this, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. If you don't like it, tell me what you think. I want to know what you think. If it's not for you, I can't be here. There's no sense in me being here. So tell me what you think. What you like, what you don't like, subscribe. Come follow along. We'll catch y'all later.